I hope you've just watched Mixing Flash and Daylight Part 1. Now, as you can see, we've moved out to these beautiful grounds and we're going to have a look at using the Elinchrom Ranger Quadra outside on location. This is my Quadra pack and I've got the head attached to my light stand. And I've fitted that with a shoot-through umbrella which just pushes through the central holder here. I've weighted down the light stand with a sandbag so it doesn't blow over. You'll remember that because we're using studio flash, we have to use a maximum of 2/50th of a second with this camera. So the first thing I need to do is to take a reading of the ambient light to find out what it is, say at 125th of a second. Okay, so that's giving me f8.5 at 100 ISO. If I put my camera onto manual and set the shutter to 1/25th of a second and the aperture to 8.5, take a shot and my picture will be correctly exposed. As you can see, because the sun is behind Becky, her face is a little underexposed. We know that 125th at f8.5 is correct for the ambient exposure. So just as when we were inside, we need to set the flash power to give the same aperture. So let's turn the Quadra on and take a flash reading. I'm triggering the Quadra from the Skyport transmitter on the hot shoe of the camera. The Quadra has a Skyport receiver already built in, and I've set the 8 selectable frequencies on both the transmitter and the receiver to frequency 1 and the group to 1 also. By pressing the test button on the transmitter, I can fire the flash. The Quadra also has a built-in LED modelling lamp, which is daylight balanced, great for video. I've changed my meter to the flash setting, so let's take a reading. Okay, that says 8.8, and if I want to shoot at 8.5, the flash needs to be turned down by 3/10 of a stop. Because the Skyport system is a remote control, I don't have to go back to the pack. Just by pressing the minus button on the transmitter, I can change the power from my camera position. So I need to press the minus button 3 times. I wait for the beep, and I'm ready to shoot. There, much better. Becky's face and the background are both correctly exposed. Just as we did in part 1, we can now adjust the shutter speed to lighten or darken the ambient light without affecting the flash. You may have noticed this nifty strap that I'm using. It's from California Sunbounce and it's called a Sun Sniper. As you can see, my camera hangs down here out of harm's way, but it's instantly to hand for shooting. Great, eh? I love it. The Ranger Quadra is an amazing bit of kit, and if you're working on your own, you can use it on a stand. But I want to show you how I work at weddings and other events when I use a voice-activated stand. I'd like to introduce you to my voice-activated stand for today, and here it is. Now, voice-activated stands come in all shapes and sizes. This one is quite an expensive model, as it's my boss. Often these can be completely free, taking the form of a wife, a husband, a friend, or if you're at a wedding, even an usher. Okay, so the voice-activated stand can hold the Quadra pack like this, and weighing in at just 3 kilos, it's no problem even for the smallest of stands. The Quadra head is just 250 grams, about half the weight of an on-camera flash with its batteries. The Quadra head comes fitted with this shallow dish reflector, which gives a wide coverage which is great for umbrellas. Incidentally, there's also an 18cm grid reflector, a small softbox and an adapter so you can fit all the other Elinchrom accessories. Let's do something different. We're going to use the California Sunbounce Micro Mini Bounce as my light source. As you can see, it's been fitted with a flash arm that can hold an on-camera flash gun. The problem is that they have limited power, and on a bright day like today they soon run out of steam. Just by unscrewing the flash shoe, the Quadra head fits straight on. Let's take a flash reading like we did before. So long as my voice-activated stand stays at around the same distance from my subject each time, I won't need to change the settings too much. But because I can do that from the transmitter on the camera, it's very easy if I need to. The Micro Mini Bounce increases the size of my light source and makes it softer, So let's try a few shots around these beautiful gardens. That's it, that's fine. Just tilt it over a little bit. This is great, this, you know, it's the only time I get to boss him around. Now, back inside, you can see we're using the same setup. We can shoot with the sun bounce in the beauty lighting position and get some great shots inside as well as out. So great beauty lighting here at the reception or of course at the church from a totally portable setup. I'm Chris Burfoot, thanks for watching. I've weighted down the light stand with a sandbag so it doesn't blow over.